Hey guys, Slimerella here. Welcome back to Spill the Slime. I'm super excited because this is our second episode and we have Janet Zapata, the owner of 550 Pizzeria. How are you, Janet?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we are super excited. I'm super excited to have you here, guys. If you've never tried 550, it is honestly the best pizza in the whole world. It's amazing. And we are going to get to know a little bit more about Janet today, but we're also going to be making slime. So tell me, have you ever made slime before? I know your daughter is my age, so when she was little, did she make slime?
She did actually. I used to buy her all the ingredients, and it's every day that she wanted to make it right after school.
Did she ever
I would help her. She did. She did.
That's amazing. Okay, so today we are going to be making fluffy slime.
Okay.
It is going to be kind of different because I did make fluffy slime with my mom, but we're going to be adding baby oil, so it's going to make it like glossy. I added some charms for you at the end. You already saw those. They're super cute. I kind of tried to do it in theme of you and things that you like. We are going to do it blue. We have our smells and everything, and I already poured in the glue. It is Elmer's glue, guys.
Oh, nice. The best.
Only the best. So right now we are going to go ahead and get started. I am going to add some shaving cream first, and then I have a lot of questions prepared for you today.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to add some to mine, and we are just going to, here, actually, I'll have you do it. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to add some shaving cream and then mix it. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. The more that you mix, the more fluffy it'll be, and then after we'll add the baby oil. But let's get started with like the beginning of you, everything like that. So childhood and growing up, what was Janet like as a little girl?
I was very sporty, very outgoing. I still am, right? But I was very creative. I liked a lot of, doing art stuff. I was always on, trying to figure out how to make.
Were you very like crafty?
I really love to make the Power Rangers. It's like I would draw a lot of the Power Rangers. And now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I used to do that a lot. And I love swimming. I used to love swimming all the time. I would love to go rollerblading. I would love to just spend a lot of time outside.
Did you ever get hurt or anything when you would do all those activities?
Because I would play outside with the water hose and slip really ugly, and I probably had a concussion sometime. But,
oh my goodness, no, that's
but
crazy.
it was a lot of fun. Yes, that's who I was, and I still am.
Yeah, I think when I was little, I was more calmer than that. But that's so cool that you were very crazy and outgoing, and you like to do like, I don't know how to rollerblade. I only know how to ice skate barely, but yeah, I never learned how. Okay, so once you mix that in, I am gonna add some baby oil, and you can add as much as you want. So this is just gonna make it glossy, and then at the end we're gonna make slime bubbles. I don't know if you've ever made a slime bubble before. Never. Okay, today's the day. But yeah. So you've made slime before in the past, or just your daughter?
Just with my daughter.
Just your daughter. Okay,
that was a long time ago. Yes.
I know it was just her birthday, right?
Yes.
And your birthday too.
Yes.
Yes. How fun. Okay, so what are some of your favorite childhood memories that you can remember?
I think a lot of family gatherings, Christmases, always. New Year's was the best because we always got to burn a lot of fireworks.
Yes.
I think it's the swimming days that we had outside my house, and my parents used to make burgers outside and carne asadas. Like, those are the best days. My dad teaching me how to bicycle ride. It was awesome. I remember him being so patient with me and telling me I could do it and to keep going for it. And I finally learned. And
by yourself. Yeah, without those training wheels.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like the same thing with my dad. He's always been there, like, anything that you want to do, you could do it. So I see that a lot with my little sister. Like, she's scared and he's always there, like, by her side.
That's
so
awesome.
I kind of see that and what you're telling me. Did you always know what you wanted to own, like that you wanted to own a business since you were little, or how did that idea come about of being a business owner?
I always envisioned my life as a little girl. You see a movie and you're like, I'm gonna move to New York and be in my own apartment. I always pictured things like that. But I remember that in 4th grade, my teacher, Miss Cantu from Trotman, she taught me how to write novels, to write a book. And I wrote a book of the ocean because I always loved the water. And I would always ask myself, like, I wonder if I'm gonna be an oceanographer, and I wrote about the ocean, and she taught me all of that to just be better at my writing. And after a while, I started watching Cajunness,
Oh, yes.
and I said, you know what? I'm going to be a journalist because I love to write and I would love to learn more and how to do the news, but not knowing that being a journalist has to do with being out there, investigating, I just thought, oh, well, I'll be in front of a camera and talk to the world,
Yeah.
So that's something that I wanted to do. But I think growing up, seeing my mom cook and bake, and she always let me, put hands on with cooking and stuff. I always had a good niche in my heart, like, I love cooking. But when I was 8 years old, I went to the Olive Garden and I just heard all the white noise. For me, white noise is, you know, you hear everything in a restaurant, like you hear people with the cups, putting them down. You hear, just what you hear around you. And that's when I fell in love with the restaurant world, because I said, maybe one day I could own a restaurant. And my dad told me, tienes que estudiar, mi reina. I need to study. So I was like, okay.
That's so beautiful. And is there any like favorite dish that your mom made growing up that you were like, oh, I want to try and make that? Or
Yes, and to this day, I always tell her that I love her carne picada with papas.
oh yeah, that's a classic. I feel
Yes.
like in a Mexican household, that's like what
Yes.
everyone has. I always remember like I'll go to restaurants and I always have to try the rice
Oh.
because it's like my grandma would always make arroz like rojo.
Yes.
And it has like such a particular taste. So I'm like, anytime I try any other rice, there's only been like one time where I tried, I'm like, oh, this tastes like my grandma's rice. So I feel like for everyone, there's like a
Yes.
food that your mom makes or cooks for you or your grandma
That's
that you
special.
just, that you try it and you remember when you were little. So that's so beautiful.
Yes.
And what inspired your hardworking mentality growing up?
My parents, I saw them work a lot. I saw my dad work multiple jobs to have and give me and my sister everything. There was, sometimes there's things that we wanted, and he would always tell us like, "Ahorita no puedo, mi reina," like, but I will, and he always gave us what we wanted. Not exactly at that time. Sometimes he couldn't, but he gave it to us, I always remember my dad taking me to Bell's. It was a store, and he knew I loved that store. And I was like, "Why are you here, Daddy? Are you gonna pay your credit card?" And he's like, "No, I'm gonna buy you clothes, whatever you want." And I'll never forget that feeling, So I always try to, show my daughter that. And right now my daughter's like, "Well, I go buy it myself," but I'm like, "I know, but let me give it to you,"
Yeah, like you still want to be there for her, although she's growing up,
Yes.
right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so now that we mixed it, I am gonna start adding activator, and activator is just laundry detergent and water.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna add this a few times. Normally we add it 3 times, but it honestly just depends on how the slime is looking, because at the end we are gonna use our hands. So nothing to be scared about.
Okay.
Obviously, like slime washes away in case you get it anywhere. And then we like to joke around with the kids that, oh, if you get it in your hair, don't worry, we have scissors. So, but
No.
they laugh like crazy.
I
but
just
no.
cut my hair.
I know, I saw it. It's so pretty. Okay,
Thank
and then
you.
who inspired you the most when you were younger?
I would say, I feel like it was both of my parents, My mom would always she worked and came home and made dinner for us every day, breakfast every day. And my dad worked practically every day except Sundays. And if he didn't work, he was spending time with us, teaching me how to rollerblade, teaching me how to be on a bike or playing soccer. And even if he played soccer and he had practices, he made so much time for us. And now I look back and I'm like, wow, my father was exhausted and he still did his best.
Yeah. Yeah, made time for everything. Yeah.
Yes.
I know my dad, he works all the time. And then when my sister gets home, she's like, I want to go outside. I want to go fishing. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I'm like, how does my dad have the energy to like also, because my sister's little. She's barely going to go to middle school. So like she still has like that wanting to be with dad. So I feel like now that he's obviously getting older, right?
Yes.
My sister's very like outgoing, like wanting to always like be at like doing activities or like, oh, I want to go to Five Below or take me here, take me there, and I want this. So it is a little more crazy. And I remember that we're like me and my sister are so different. So I remember when I was little, like my mom said, like you were very like quiet, you could like be by yourself, like play with yourself. And no, my sister needs like someone with her like 24/7, like doing all these crazy ideas that she has in mind. So That's so funny.
I'm a lot like your sister.
Yeah, you're like my sister, and I don't know, I'm more like my mom, a little bit more calm. And then when did your love for cooking begin?
When I was really small. And also, I was in a culinary class in ninth grade, I believe it was ninth grade.
Oh.
And my teacher, Miss Hidrogo, was extremely patient with her students. And she answered every of my questions. When I don't know how to do something, I might ask you 100 times. You know what I mean? Until I get it. And I'm like, okay.
Do you think that your teachers really impacted you a lot, like growing up, since you know a lot of your teachers' names that you're saying right now?
Yes, a lot of them, Miss Martinez taught me how to read. I was her kinder student, and now she sees everything I do, and she always tells me, "I'm so proud of you." I had a lot of different teachers that did help me along the way, and were always there for me with anything that I had to ask, any question. I was like
Very supportive.
very supportive. Yes,
That's amazing. Yeah, there's a lot of amazing teachers that I had growing up, like my elementary teachers. And then now that I'm a little older, I go back to career days for my elementary, and they're
Yes.
still there. And it's so cool. They're like, this girl is like the shyest girl ever when she was here. And like, look at her now, like with her business and how she's here talking to all of the students. So
That's wild.
teachers
That's
are
awesome.
amazing.
Yes.
And why did you pick pizza? Like out of everything that you could sell, like why pizza?
Pizza's my favorite food. I remember a lot of my birthdays were always held at Peter Piper Pizza Hut. And I feel like as I grew older, when my first job was at CC's, and as I grew older, I would imagine myself serving at a restaurant, but I couldn't, like, making food for my customers, but I couldn't put my finger on what until I started working at Laredo Pizza Factory. And I was like, this is what I want to do. But I would always think, how am I going to do that? Like, I don't come from money. So I was like, okay, like it was just a dream,
Yeah.
And little by little, everything was happening the way it was gonna happen. It was meant to happen. I was at I was at a parade one day. My boss asked me to talk with him, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
I fell in love with making pizza, and I said, you know what, like, this is it. I'm gonna stick with pizza.
Yeah, and I see that you wake up early, like every day you're
Yes.
making like amounts and amounts of pizza, and that's just like what you're doing. I can't
Yeah.
imagine like your team behind the scenes every day.
Oh,
How many
yeah.
do you know, like an average kind of, maybe like on a average like weekday or on a weekend, how many pizzas do you guys think you make?
Oh man, it could be up to 400. It's sometimes, like, we had an order for 50 pizzas only, and then it was a crazy night. So I'm like, wow, how many pizzas did we sell today? Like, I kept thinking about that a few nights ago, and I didn't even get to check, right? Because I forgot about it the next day. But I was like, if that was only 50 pizzas for that party, imagine the rest. Like, I didn't even check, and now I'm like, now I need to check.
Yeah, you're like, after this episode,
Yes, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna go
check
check.
for real.
Yeah, that's so cool. So we've already added 2 rounds. We're
Okay.
gonna add one more, and it's probably gonna be ready. So it might be a little bit sticky, but I mean that's the fun part of
Yes.
slime. And then afterwards we can add more activator and all of that.
Okay.
Do you remember the first pizza that you ever made?
Yes, I probably have a picture of it somewhere on my Facebook. It was just a pepperoni pizza, I believe, or it was a pepperoni mushroom.
Pepperoni mushroom.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yes.
Yes. Did you ever, when you were like practicing and making pizza, have like recipes that were like, girl, this is not good? Or
Yes,
you always
yes.
did like good?
I think I always wanted to implement cabbage on my pizza for some reason because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful purple color.
Yes.
But yeah, it's as soon as you bite it, it smells weird. So you're like, yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, you tried it. You're like, maybe not, maybe
Yeah,
for me, but
maybe for
not
me,
for the
but not for my-
consumer.
yeah.
Yes. And what makes 550 Pizzeria special and different from other places?
It's we have a lot of passion for what we make, what we do, what we serve our community. I feel like Laredo, I've had people that come work here, you have your good and your bad, but mostly good. And they always tend to say, you're the best boss I've ever had. And I feel like I just try to show them kindness, and it's hard sometimes, but I try to show them kindness, and I feel like we put a lot of positivity and passion in our pizza. And I feel like it's fun. It's fun to make pizza. So that's why I feel like it's so different from working in a lot of places, you know.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that because I feel like at the slime shop also, I mean, I'm very young and all of our employees that work here
Are
are
young
kind
too.
of the same age as me or a little younger. So yeah, they're like, ay, está bien padre trabajar aquí. And then, whoa, like who wouldn't want to make slime as
Yes,
their job? So like
exactly.
making
Yeah.
slime or like selling plushies, and isn't that like the dream? So
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like I need to go one day and make pizza and learn.
Yes,
That would be
yes.
so cool. And what is your favorite pizza on the menu and why?
Um, my favorite pizza that is on the menu, it'd be the greatest of all time. I love mushrooms and I love pepperoni, and it has double mushrooms, double pepperoni.
That one's good. I don't think I've ever tried that one. I've always tried, I always get like the pepperoni. I think we've tried like I think it has like jalapeno. We've tried like different
Oh
ones,
yeah, the
but I
raw.
do need to try all of them because
Yes.
I love the mozzarella sticks.
Oh
The
yeah.
mozzarella sticks, those are good. And if you could create your own dream pizza with no limits, what would you add to it? I know you said cabbage right now, but scratching cabbage, like what else would you want to add to your pizza?
Maybe nopales. I love
Nopales?
nopales, and there's a lot of toppings that you could use, you know. Ooh.
Have
mean-
you ever added like fries on pizza?
Yes, I've added fries. I've made that whole Chick-fil-A pizza. You know, it's delicious. The Frito pie pizza we've made, Oaxaca cheese pizza. You know, we made so many different ones. I think that when someone takes like, say they take Wendy's or something, we're like, we put it on pizza or what? Like,
Yeah.
you know, and we're okay, we make one. You
Yeah,
know,
like
and
you get different ideas.
yes.
That's so cool. And then going into like motherhood, what advice would you give to young moms chasing their dreams? Because you were a young mom yourself.
Yes, I would. It's kind of like telling myself, like, hey, you're gonna be okay, but you have to keep moving forward and don't give up. And even if it seems really hard, um, you could do it. I had a big dream, and it's a small town. You know, it's not that big. It's not that small of a town anymore, but it's a small city, and it's a big dream for many people. So I would just tell them to keep going and to never give up, even if it seems so impossible.
Yeah, I know it's like same thing with like having the slime. 11-year-old me wouldn't think like, wow, something that I just did for fun that I just saw on YouTube
It's an
is
empire.
now, yeah, is now a whole business.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about dreams. You never know like if they're gonna happen or not, but you're the one who makes it possible. And
Yes.
especially if you believe in yourself and have people around you that believe in you as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I think they're pretty much ready. Let me
Okay.
see yours just to make sure. Okay, yeah, this is good. You can put it on the table
Okay.
and you can just start mixing it. Again, it is going to be maybe a little sticky, but we'll just be adding activator from there. But yeah, you can just play with it, stretch it around, feel it. And yeah, you made your first slime, right? Yes.
Thank you to my daughter. Her showing me when she was very little.
Yes, that's amazing. And then what was the scariest moment when opening your restaurant? Because you did open in 2020, correct?
Yes.
Like pandemic time.
The scariest part was, I always say this, is when I had the congressman there, and he looked at me. We were right by the Coke machine, and he's like, "How do you feel that it's pandemic?" And then right then and there, I was like, "Oh my gosh, it is." You know, I didn't really, I don't know, I didn't have fear going in. My only fear was like, am I doing the right thing? The day before, I was like, what if it doesn't work out? Oh
Yeah,
well.
it made you kind of question.
Yeah,
like,
but then I was
oh.
like, oh well, here we go, you know. But the next day when he asked me that, I was like, oh yeah, it's pandemic. Like, it just, I don't know why it took me so long to even think of it, you know. But the community has really, really showed up for me. So
Yeah, I know. Like my mom, we eat there at least once a week, twice a week. We're ordering, and yeah, we're excited for you to have the new 552
Yes.
close to us. So we're
Thank
gonna
you.
be there almost every night. So that's gonna be exciting. And what's something people don't see behind owning a restaurant? I know following you, you post a lot of behind the scenes,
Yeah.
but you are private.
Yes.
So
I think it's just the chaos. I think a lot of people think that I'm at home, relaxing, chilling, you know, but I'm not. It's a lot of chaotic stress, but a lot of fun also because it's doing something I love, you know. So I would say that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen you post like 20 minutes home or 20 minutes a
Yes.
nap and then back to work. Like
Yes.
you
Oh,
really
yeah.
don't get any rest.
No. If I do, I'm
Always
like so
working.
grateful.
Yeah. And then what advice would you give to someone wanting to open their own restaurant?
To have passion for it, to be patient, and be ready.
Be ready. Be ready to work.
Yes, to
24/7.
conquer all those
I always
things.
say that like sometimes people think like, oh, like I'm gonna quit my job and start my own
Oh.
business to like make my own schedule. But you're just gonna work way
Yeah,
more, like
24/7.
24/7,
Yeah,
because people are gonna be messaging you, calling you, and it's like 12 a.m. and you're like, business hours are closed, but you still reply because
Yes,
you
'cause
you
you
can't
have
say
to,
no.
yeah.
You gotta reply.
Oh, yeah.
And then what helped you keep going during difficult moments?
I think my faith and I think a lot of my daughter and her future, and she sees me at the end of the day. She's seen me stressed out when I have anxiety, when I'm panicking, she's seen me do all of that, but she's seen me conquer that mountain. And I feel like that's why she thinks to herself, like, if my mom could do it, I could do it.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes.
Okay, so I did bring two smells.
Okay.
You can smell them. We have cherry and grape. I am gonna
I'll
add
do cherry.
grape. You do cherry? Okay. And then this is just gonna make it smell really good. And if
And
you
we just
want to
put it like
mix
that?
both, yeah, you could add like a few drops in there and mix that in. We add smells to like all of our slimes, so we have a lot of different ones.
Okay.
The pigeon slime we have actually smells like popcorn or like butter.
Yes.
Because I just imagine like at New York, all the pigeons eating popcorn like off the ground. I don't know. So that's what it smells like. What does success mean to you today? So after conquering all that, now you have your business. What does it mean to you, seeing how you started from literally like
The bottom.
maybe like doubting yourself
Yeah.
into now?
It means a lot to me. It's something that it makes you actually reflect on all the self-doubt, all the hard work. Sometimes I sit outside and I will just be in the silence. And I think that's where I start, reflecting on my success. And I even sometimes I'm like, what? Like, I can't believe that I'm about to open another store, when I just remember picturing that little hallway and being like, I could sell from there. I got this, But I owe a lot to it, obviously to God, but a lot to my community. So.
Oh, perfect for this next question. You give so much back to your community. So why is that so important to you, especially with the billboard that you invited me on and supporting all these women? So what does that mean to you?
Because I always think, why not start in your hometown and then go to the world? I made a promise. I was actually talking about this today, or yesterday, but I remember making pizza from home, and I was by myself and I had the music on, and I remember telling God, if you help me get successful, and I have money to give back, I will always give back. I will always do my best to help my community. And that's so crazy. I literally was just saying this, and it like happens. It happens, and it's very important to me because I always think of pandemic and how everybody showed up for me. My grand opening day, I remember it was like a sea of people and everybody with their mask on. And I'm like, wow, like they showed up, even if it was a scary time, but they showed up.
That's amazing.
So yeah.
And what does Laredo mean to you? How long have you lived in Laredo?
I've lived here all my life. I did go live in Dallas for about 2 years. But I've lived here all my life. I was born and raised here. So Laredo means everything to me. It's my slogan, Laredo.
Yes.
It means everything to me because I was born and raised here. And for real, Laredo is such a unique city. I wouldn't change it, even if yes, Laredo, yes. But I love my city. I really could say that. I love my city.
Yeah, I feel like the good thing is that it's so small, like compared, like we travel, right, to all these
Yes.
places and it's like, wow, it's so nice, but then you kind of get homesick. Although people
Yes,
say like
yes.
that there's not much in Laredo, you kind of miss Laredo.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
miss
such a small town, calm. Like I
Yes.
know it's growing and like the new highways and all of that,
Yes.
but I love it. I
Yeah,
love it
I
here
love it too.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to make a slime bubble.
Okay.
So you're just gonna put your slime like that. And then I'm gonna move this, and you're gonna stretch it. I always say kind of like a pizza or triangle, so kind of like this.
Oh, I tore mine.
And then you're gonna flip it, and you'll make a bubble.
Oh,
Let's
wow.
have you try. That way you can make
Okay.
one, and that way you can tell Jessica, I made
For
a
real.
bubble.
Right, a bubble, Jess.
Yeah, just stretch it slowly, slowly, slowly. And then once you're ready, you can flip it forward. You can kind of let it go. Yeah, you did it. Yeah, and like you'll get the practice of it and you'll get the hang of it. So like the more you practice.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then the more bubbles you make, it actually makes the slime fluffier.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And what's one moment with the community that touched your heart the most? I know you've had a lot, so this might be kind of hard to answer. You could say a couple or several, or like what's the most like that touched your heart the most?
I think it's when I go to the orphanage, sometimes you see the same kids there and they always remember you, you know. They always have these smiles on their faces to see you coming back with pizza. I'm sure people donate pizza. I get it. But I feel like the connection with my staff, with my friends that have gone with me, you know, my friends make cupcakes for them, candy bags, you know. I feel like the connection is very different when there's a local pizzeria coming to see you to let you know, hey, even if you're here, it's all gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You know,
like having that human connection
yeah.
rather than just like having the pizza delivered.
Yeah,
You're
like
there.
here you go.
Yeah, they get to know you.
Yes, and them going to 550 to make pizza, just seeing how happy they were, I was like, wow, like, you know, and sometimes you forget, you know, to cherish those moments too by yourself. You know, you see other people and you're like, wow, like this is awesome, you know. So that the orphanage is the one that made me feel like, okay, I'm doing good.
Yes.
You know?
We always do, it'll be 5 years since we do Slimerella Fest, which is like
that's awesome.
a free event for the community. So also that all the kids getting excited like all year round, like when is it? Like I'm super excited. Like sometimes they're like, oh, my parents never have taken me to the slime shop, but I will be there at the outlets, like playing with slime. And honestly, kind of the same thing with you, like just seeing them happy and smiling and having like this like core memory that they're gonna remember forever, and so are you, and you're gonna like keep that in mind. That's honestly like the best part of being a business owner, rather than just like, oh, like she makes a lot of money, but like you do so many things that it's not just about the money, but like giving, like how you said, giving back to the community and like seeing not just kids, but I feel like even adults come in and I'm like, they're like, is this like Disney World? Like they just get so happy like being there. I know every time I go to 550, everyone's so friendly. Like the staff, they're always so like, I feel like they're my friends. Like the way that they greet you, the way that they are, like the way they say hi, it's so amazing. So I feel like you have that like spark where you walk in and like you're so happy and bubbly and everyone can see that. So that's something really, really fun about you. Now we're going to get to some fun rapid questions. So, do you like pineapple on pizza? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes? I don't think I've ever tried pineapple on pizza, but
it's great.
It's great. Yes. You're like, if I tried cabbage, you have to try it. What about favorite comfort food besides pizza? I know you said pizza's your favorite. So.
Hamburgers and sandwiches, ham and cheese sandwiches.
You guys sell sandwiches too, right?
Yes.
I've never tried them.
Oh, you need to. But ham and cheese sandwiches with HEB bread is awesome.
Shout out HEB. What about coffee or energy drinks? What do you like more?
Coffee.
Coffee. Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Sweet. And early bird or night owl?
You're early bird.
Early bird. No, I am like a night owl. I don't like waking up early. Oh. And what about favorite pizza topping combo?
Pepperoni, mushroom, and basil.
Ooh, I've never tried that either. I've tried delicious. Like is that like kind of like margarita pizza or no?
Just a basil part. It's pepperoni, mushroom, and basil, and sometimes I'll add goat cheese.
Goat cheese?
Yeah.
I think you have like a bigger palate than me. I don't like goat cheese. I don't like,
oh my gosh.
What was the other? Mushrooms? I don't like that either.
Oh my God.
I think I'm like that because my mom's a picky eater. So I feel like I got that from her. But I like cottage cheese. I know some people don't like that. Do you like it?
It depends on what we put. Like if it's pineapple,
if you put like honey or something, it's
delicious.
By itself?
With a bagel.
With a bagel. And one word your friends would use to describe you.
Oh man, loyal.
Loyal?
Yeah, and honest.
Loyal and honest. Okay, so we are gonna decorate our slime now. Okay. I prepared a lot of little charms here for you. You just met our pigeon right now, so I added pigeons. I added some cats for your cat. some little sports balls. These are little tomatoes
Oh,
from
how
when we
cute.
filmed our
yes.
pizza making, slime making.
Yes.
So those are just a few that you can add.
Okay.
And then right now we have the fun thing that we're gonna do right now. So let me set up the timer, and right now I'll tell you what it is. But you can start choosing the toppings that you want.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot. Normally in slimes we add a few, but here you can add as many as you want. It's basically like decorating a pizza.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is like second nature to you. But yes. So right now we are going to do a little fun thing. It's 15 seconds, and I want to know how many toppings you can name.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
I'm going to try and keep track, but I am going to put the timer, okay?
Okay.
Ready? Go.
Tomatoes, fresh mozzarella, pepperoni, pineapple, basil, black olives, green olives, white onion, red onion, marinated tomatoes, whole tomatoes, olive oil,
That's
garlic.
time. That was 13. You did super good. I was like, if someone asked me something about slime in 15 seconds, I would forget everything. No, that was super good. Okay, I'm going to decorate mine too.
Okay.
I added like a few rainbows. I also put dinosaurs. Do
Yes,
you have a
I
favorite
just
dinosaur?
I can't pronounce the name. I'm so
Is
bad.
it that one that
Yes.
you're wearing? I don't know either. Like, do you like all the like Jurassic
Yes,
Park
I
movies?
love them. I
all of
love
that?
them. I always say I wish I had a dinosaur to take me to work.
That's so fun. I remember in my dad's old car that they had like the TV, and you would put the DVDs, and
Oh,
I would
yes.
always watch those and like Barney, but
Yeah,
just
yeah.
talking about dinosaurs, I remember watching those on there.
Yep.
Okay, so then I did ask on Instagram for people to ask you some questions. So
Okay.
we have Hi Cassie, and she put pros and cons now as a business owner. Pros and cons.
Pros and cons. Well, not everyone's gonna like you. Everyone's gonna try to tell you how to run your business. Like
Started off strong.
for real. It's okay. It's okay to not be right all the time. To take criticism. And man, I'm like, and there's just a lot of good things, to be honest. More than bad. Even
Yeah.
if, you know,
Yeah, sometimes we focus more on the bad than the
Yeah.
good, even though the good is like up here and the bad's here.
yeah, we were like, oh, someone said they didn't like my pizza, but you sold so many today.
Yeah,
you
you're like,
know?
what about all the people that came in and love my pizza?
Yeah. So I think there's more, there's more good than bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have Lulu, and she put, what would she tell people who are scared of taking the risks?
It sounds too easy, right? Like easier said than done, but to not be scared because we can't live in the what ifs. I feel like I lived in that for a while, and now I'm like, why did I wait so long? But everything is God's timing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say just to go for it. To go for it. If you fail, at least you tried.
Yeah, because I feel like it's worse if you're like, what if I would have done it and then
Yeah.
this could have happened? So it's better like to do it and see what ends up happening, like
Yes.
good or bad. Just
At least
do
you
it.
tried.
At least you tried, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have you always loved pizza? And this is from Anitz Risela.
Have I always loved pizza?
Yeah, have you
Yes.
always loved pizza?
Since very little.
Is there any pizza that you'd say like, oh no, I can't try that? Or you love everything?
I don't like anchovies on pizza. I will not, and no.
No, you're like, not even on the menu?
No, I mean, I have it on the, I don't,
you have it on the
I have
menu?
it on the menu.
Oh,
I just,
okay.
when I have to make pizza and put that, I'm like, I'm literally like gagging, like, "Ugh." Yeah.
That's funny. And then we have Evalina_XX, and she put, what places have you traveled to find the best tasting pizza? I know you went to New York recently, so what
yes.
did you think of that?
I mean, it was good. It was New York pizza. I tried the famous Joe's pizza, the one that comes,
Yeah.
It was great. I've never gone out of the country, so I mean just to Mexico, right? But I've never
Gone to like see
No,
every
I'm-
type of pizza.
no, I mean I've tried a lot of pizza because when I go to Pizza Expo, I've tried different pizzas from Italy, and there's people all from all over the world there. So, but I feel like the best pizza I've had was in Vegas, and it was literally called by 50 a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah, and I never
And
even.
how did they change it? Like,
They closed down. I have no idea what happened. It was like I don't know. And it's crazy because I didn't even know it was called 550.
Yeah.
You know, I went to go eat there, and I think like years later or months later, my friend's the one that told me like, oh, remember we went to go eat at 550, that pizzeria and I was like, what?
What?
Yeah, I was like super like, oh, wow. I didn't even know.
Like you didn't even know the name.
Yeah,
You
I
just
didn't-
liked it there.
Yeah, we just went to go eat there, I believe. I don't know what hotel it was in. I can't remember, but I just remember being like, it was called 550? Like super like
Caught off guard.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. And then we have this little part of the segment that we do on the episode. So we have Spill the Dreams. So what advice would you give to young girls with big dreams? Like yourself. That you were a young girl with big dreams.
To write your ideas down. Keep having passion for that. You know, try to learn as much as you can for that passion of yours, even if it's multiple passions. To keep learning about that thing that you want to do. So when it's time to execute it, you're ready.
Yeah. I feel like you're right about the writing things down, because
Yes.
then we forget, and you're
Yes.
like thinking and thinking. You're like, if I would have just written that down.
Yes.
And I know you said something about being like a journalist. Would you ever want to write a book? Do you have anything?
I would love to write a book. I've kind of thought about it. My friend Josie, she's tried to help me. It's the timing that I'm like, you know, I'll meet right now, and then I'm like, oh, I have to meet till later. You know, it's become hard to actually schedule that for myself, but it's always been a dream of mine to write a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's coming. It's
Yes.
coming soon, guys.
Yes.
Then for Spill the Love, we have, who has been your biggest supporter through your journey? Even if it's like two people, that's.
I would
who's been
say Miguel and a lot of my friends, to be honest. But it's been Miguel and my daughter.
I love that. Yeah, I feel like with me, it's been like my parents. So, and of course now my husband. Like,
Yeah.
so literally with everything that we do today, we had a big event. We woke up early. We were there with 60 kids in the
Oh,
morning.
wow.
So they were all there helping us, even my dad, like with making all the slime and stuff. So yeah, they've been there. And especially because I was so young, like what 11-year-old has the idea to like, let's make this happen. You get me? Like for your parents to believe in you at a young age, like this could go big, right? And we did it, and now
Look at you.
yeah, we'll see what 5 years brings
Yes.
to
Oh, yes.
Slimerella. And then we have Spill the Truth. So what truth do more entrepreneurs need to hear?
I'm like just how it could be hard. I guess mentally, you know, sometimes you need to. I feel like, I mean, just to be ready for some things, and it's like I tell people, like you're never really ready, you know, but just have that guard up and be like, okay, how can I answer that? And it's with anything that you do, and not to be afraid of that criticism, you know, because it's gonna come with it, you know. Because at first I remember being criticized and being like, so let down, you know. And but how do people do it when people say this, and you know? But it's just being ready for that, having that guard up.
Yeah. I love that. Like having that armor with you, like no matter what you say, like words can't hurt me, all that. And then we have, if you could make a pizza with anyone in the world, who would you choose and why? Could be someone famous, anybody.
Oh,
Who
man.
would it be? Think.
With Paul Rudd.
Who is that?
Paul Rudd he's an Ant-Man. He comes out in Clueless. He comes out in a lot of movies. He's a very famous actor.
Does he like pizza?
Yes. And I'm in love with you.
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like if I could make slime with someone, I'm like trying to think. It would probably be Karina Garcia, because I've met her before and she's the one who inspired me. But like maybe like sit down and make slime with her would be so cool, because she's like the whole reason why I even started making slime.
Oh, wow.
Like watching her on YouTube was like the best. Like slime queen of YouTube, 10 million subscribers, all that.
Wow.
And she has a twin sister, and they're all like super hardworking.
Wow.
And it's really cool because her husband, like their slime is Squishy Bunny, and like Squishy Bunny is like him. So it's fun to see like how they both work in the same thing, like making slime. So like her dream of making slime, and he's there with the hairnet and helping her make all the slime. It's so fun.
That's crazy.
I'm like, that's gonna be David with the hairnet making all of the slime and pigeon
With
on
a
the
pigeon.
side. Yes. And then one thing, why do you think supporting one another is so important?
why wouldn't it be important? Because at the end of the day, we have to. If not, we won't succeed. As a world, as a human, you have to always be kind to one another and help one another out.
Yeah, and I see you do that like all the time. So that's one thing that I really admire about you.
Thank you.
And what does community over competition mean to you?
Oh, my community, it's kind of hard to answer that because they've shown me so much love. They've shown me so much love. So, man, I don't know how to answer that. I'm kind of like,
like blank.
Yeah, I'm a little blank there.
Well, yeah, I feel like, I mean, there's always going to be people that kind of like try and compete with you, even without you even knowing, and maybe you'll hear it from there and then. But it's like better to get along. I feel like it's better to get along with everyone. Like, we're all trying to make our money, like trying to live out our dreams. So why compete with one another when we could just support each other? Because every business is different. No matter if you like sell the same thing, like everyone has like a different like taste buds. So maybe they like it here, they like it there, they like both, or like they like everywhere. So it doesn't really matter.
I've always wanted to have local pizzerias. I mean, we're not a lot, but it'd be awesome to have a mini pizza expo at 550 outside with our ovens, for us to be, for them to come make pizza with me.
Yeah.
Because I could learn things from them.
Yeah.
And they could learn from me. So I feel there shouldn't be that
competition.
Yeah, that competition. Yeah. Especially, I mean, dude, we're all here at the end of the day, we're all here to make money and have fun. So I've always thought of that, and maybe one day it'll happen.
Yeah. I would definitely go to that expo to eat all the pizzas, try everything. And then we have one last question. So if you could talk to 10-year-old Janet, what would you tell her?
That you're gonna go through a lot of trials and be ready, because when you're 19, your biggest trial is gonna come, but she'll be a blessing, and you'll be able to conquer anything after that. Because I was your age when I had my daughter, and it's hard. It's hard because it's money. I have to work extra hard, but I would have told myself, you're gonna be okay, but keep following your dream. Do it for her, but it's gonna be okay.
So, yeah, and I feel like how you said, like, she's made you stronger, and like she's been there for you. So like you guys are like me and my mom. Literally, like you and my mom are the same, and me and your daughter are the same. So it's like built-in like besties. Do you get me? And then is there anything else that you want to add before we wrap up? Anything that you want to tell the viewers?
That I'm very grateful to my community for always helping me. And to never be afraid to conquer your dream, because you never know what if it all works out.
Yeah, like your billboard. Yes. Well, thank you so much for being here today, Janet. Today was our second episode so far with Spill the Slime.
And congratulations on this.
Thank you. I'm so excited, and you are one of our friends. So I love that I have that friendship with you, and I'm so grateful that you came today and you were on here. So you guys will be seeing more of us and lots of things to come. So thank you for being on this episode, and keep spilling the love, everybody.